Goodness me, that was a long test card. Sorry about that. I was in the kitchen making a cup of tea. Right, very quick pop-up live tonight. Just a couple of updates on some bits and pieces here, and some stuff that's arrived in the post, and some project updates and housekeeping, yada yada yada. So we will start off first of all. How exciting! I had a book turn up, and a book turn up I haven't even opened. I haven't even got it out of the packaging yet. I think you can guess what it is though. I think I got this off eBay for about £10. Oh, look, it's a book on the Kettenkrad. I'm slowly building up my library of Kettenkrad bits and pieces, but this is one that I haven't got, and the text is in German and English, which is actually quite good fun because it's a good way of testing your bilingual skills. And wow, isn't this just full of photographic wonder? Very nice quality paper, as you can probably see by the fact that it's picking up the lights here. Photo quality is superb. Really nice reproduction. So we'll just have a quick flip through it. But for about £10, this was not to be sniffed at. And as you might have guessed, I do like the Kettenkrad. Oh, nice bit of technical stuff there. So, yeah, big thumbs up from me. And as I might have mentioned on the live that I did from the show last week, it's probably worth reiterating, and that is an oddity of the mid to late production ones, which did away with this tubing here and just had essentially kind of like a pressed metal item here. They didn't bother making them handed. They just made them, literally just pressed them, and that's it. So on one side everything points outwards, on one side everything points inwards. It's the same piece, it's just used on both sides. So that was something that did rather throw me when I was building the Tamiya kit, because I thought, oh, I've glued something in the wrong place, but no, I haven't. So yeah, what a fabulous little book. There are still a couple of other books that I don't have, but I am going to be hooving them up as and when. But yeah, like that. That's that's a really nice little book. I shall have a proper read of that later on. But a bit of stuff. Also, this it came back from the show with one of these, which is the Art of Tactic wargaming range from Zvezda, and this is their little Valentine tank. And I do use the word little because, yeah, that is your lot with that. These are ostensibly wargaming models, and the construction of them is, I think, as we can probably say, it's swift. But I've built some of these in the past, and they are actually good fun. And the detail on these is quite sharp. So these, they're not going to win any awards for best detailed model ever, but they are actually really good, a really good blast to actually put one together and do some painting and weathering. I mean, this is going to take, I could probably do a live on this actually. This is going to take all of probably about 10-15 minutes to actually glue together. They are snapped together, but I prefer gluing them. And there are no decals, so then you're just straight onto painting. So this actually would be fun to paint up in Russian 4BO green and just then do some weathering, or even put a winter whitewash coat on it. But these are amazingly cheap. I think these are under a £5. I haven't exactly got the price with me at the moment, but that is, as I said on the Facebook page, these are actually quite good for clearing the old modeler's block, and they don't look too bad when painted up. Obviously there are compromises because of molding bits and pieces in single parts, but you know our motto, hide it with mud, and I think these can be made into really nice looking models. So we are going to chuck that one together at some stage and show what can be done with it with a treat it as if paint it as if it's a Tamiya 35th scale one, and you'd be surprised how well these look. Also, while I was out and about this week, finally, I've been able to get hold of some magic sponges, which have been in short supply recently. I've not been able to find them anywhere locally, and I popped into Poundland, and lo and behold, they had some in stock. Now, these are, Drew has mentioned these in the past, these are of a kind of melamine material. They actually work by being mildly abrasive, which is how they're able to clean work surfaces and things. But as Drew has been mentioning, these are actually very good for doing a final polish and cleaning up seams and everything. So this is from Poundland, and you get 2 in a box. So I ended up buying 2 boxes, one for the workshop and one for the kitchen. But they are known as Abracadabra Magic Sponge Erasers. Removes dirt without detergent. But honestly, if you pop into Poundland, they are well worth a quid, or if you can find them anywhere else for that matter. Like I say, they have been in a bit of a short supply recently, but good to get one of these again. And what I might be doing in the future actually is doing a kind of like modeling stuff you can get in Poundland, because you can get those beautiful little Daler-Rowney brushes, which are just here. Let's put that back to the workshop camera again. Yeah, these Daler-Rowney brushes, two for £1. They're actually surprisingly very, very good quality brushes. They will do a job. So who knows? We might even hand paint this with one of these brushes. We'll have to wait and see on that one. And also, projects. I'm almost finished with this. This is the IBG LRDG Chevy. You're probably looking at this and thinking, well, goodness me, Jay, I'm sure you are finished with this because you've painted the wheels. You've got most of that done. How much more are you going to faff around with this before it's finished? Answer, probably a little bit more. I've got a couple of figures from the kit that go with this, which I'm just going to kind of do some basics on. And I do just need to go in there and do the seat a bit better, do the guns with another coat, and then we can get on and do some very basic weathering. The tyres are all pretty much done. That was done with just like a dust coat that was put on as a wash and then removed. And I think I did go back and dry brush the wheels with a dark grey colour just to get that nice contrast back again. But this, which was sent to us by John Walker, this is 156th scale, and it's molded in ABS plastic. But again, this is part of a wargaming kind of system. But I tell you what, we've said this before, these are actually very good quality. Really quite surprised at the detail they can pack into these. So yes, we will, I promise, we will actually get round to probably finish that one off over the weekend. There you go, policy decision. We will get round to finishing that at the weekend. And also rapidly, hopefully on its way to being finished, is the Rubicon 56 scale Chevy. This is the IBG 72nd scale cruiser tank, which has already got a coat of the Portland stone on it, and then we are going to mask the Cornter scheme on that. So that's going to be a little bit more involved, but again, these are ostensibly wargaming models, but the quality of these is astonishing. I mean, I think we've shown you the rivet detail and the plating on the underside. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit more complicated because that's going to be in that kind of silver grey camo with the stripes and things, which should be fun masking on this now that I've glued exhaust pipes in place. Might check to see if I can do this one over all desert sand, actually. That'll make life easier. So, I've just found the spare wheel for the Chevy that needs painting. So, that is pretty much it for the moment. I also do have the new Zvezda 76mm Sherman, which I started at the show last weekend. It's quite weird, actually. This time last week, I was packing everything to go to the show. And a week later, I've only just got around to unpacking everything and getting it all back in the workshop. Unfortunately, due to some kind of mix-up, I've ended up coming back not with my model, but with the display model from the show, which has not been built. So somewhere out there is the one that I've started. So just as well, because if I have to start it afresh, I'll start it afresh, and that will be a concentrated build rather than, starting yet another project. And I've got all these other ones unfinished. And that, I tell you what, that was the mistake I've made in the last month. I thought I could multitask. Ladies and gentlemen, I can barely unitask. So we're not going to be doing that again. We will be concentrating on projects from nuts to soup. Open the box, plow through it, finish it, done, on to the next one. So yeah, the dance card for September is to try and get all these little unfinished projects done and out the way. I do also have the Tamiya Panzer 4G, which has now actually got paint on it. So we will be progressing that to proper painting, decals, weathering, and then 5 figures to paint. And then we will, hopefully into October, I want to get that beach buggy, that little Airfix beach buggy done. And Zvezda Sherman, either the one I started or starting a brand new one. And then possibly that Italeri Panzer 4H as well, because I'd like to round out the story with that as well. So it's going to be a busy old time, and that's if unexpected models don't turn up as well. So at the weekend, we will be finishing off this shed. We'll be doing a bit tonight, but we'll try and finish that off at the weekend. So let's just play a quick catch up with the comments. Hello to Tim Cavalier, Stuart Bremner, Dave Swindle, Ray Borman, Mark Neal, Anthony Bird, Moz Models, Mike Reeves, Matthew Walker. Did you happen to have some of your Modeling Mojo available? Do you happen to have some of your Modeling Mojo available in a tin? No, I should actually, because I think you could probably make a fortune for that. I think the Modeling Mojo is just looking at all these new kits that are being released and just being fabulously overwhelmed by potential projects in the future. I mean, I was talking to Drew on Sunday when we mentioned Dora Wings, and they're doing a goodness me, let me get my brain into gear here. They're doing a P35, they're doing a P43. These are all in 72nd scale. So these are important parts of the lineage of the Thunderbolt family. I'd still like to build that Dora Wings, the little Curtis Air Jeep thing, that little funny little twin engine thing. Oh, what else have we got coming on the horizon? We've got that ICM French thing, that one we were talking about with the odd little bit stuck out the front with the tiny little 2 wheels. I forget the designation, but it just looks fabulous. And what else is there? Just so many kits coming out. So in answer to your question, Matthew, the Modeling Mojo is just being tremendously motivated /distracted by all these other new kits that are coming out at the moment. It's fantastic. And Moz Model says plenty of projects I'm struggling to get to the bench. Lol. Well, I do have a bit of a kind of how can I word this? A little bit of a trepidation in having so many unfinished projects building up here at the moment. So I do need to just get on with things, really, and just clear this backlog of bits and pieces. Then, like I say, we can get into October, then I can start things with a clean conscience. But I can start things, and I can start them, and like I say, do them in a much more linear fashion. Start it, build it, paint it, decorate it, weather it, finish it, move on to the next one. As I say, try doing the old multitasking. Nah, not my scene. That's pretty much it at the moment. So, anything else? No, not really. That's it. Get on with some modelling, I suppose. I mean, I could keep the camera going as I sit here and paint IBG Rubicon Chevys, but that's going to be awfully tedious for you also. And Moz Model says, don't forget that shop, to visit that shop in Minehead. It's a lovely shop. That is on the cards. Obviously, at the moment, we're a little bit stymied now by not knowing how much petrol there is going to be in the local petrol station. I mean, luckily, before this kicked off today, I'd actually filled up the car because I'm off down to Exmouth again on Monday for more tea and cake shenanigans. Look, I don't take a holiday, people. I don't really like holidays. In fact, to be honest with you, that weekend in Bedfordshire, in Buckinghamshire last week, doing the show, that's the closest I've had to a holiday in the last 10 years. So I try and sneak off days as and when I can. So whilst now we've got into the autumn, I'm just sneaking another day off down to Exmouth. So I do apologise, but we've got enough petrol to get there and back. And there's a very good bookshop down there as well, as you've seen, the one with all the cakes in it. So, got my loyalty. So anyway, look, that's it. That's it for now. We will try and get down to that model shop in Minehead, because I did actually say to Drew this afternoon about meeting up at a kind of an equidistant point, which probably for him will be Bridgewater. So I've got to go through Bridgewater to get to Minehead. So probably park up somewhere in Bridgewater, meet up, and then we'll drive down to Minehead and do it that way. But it was on the cards, as is a trip to Frome, long overdue trip to Frome. You try saying that after a long day, because I haven't been there since, actually, I think my birthday in April. So I definitely need to pop down to Frome, and I'm always mindful of the fact that when the autumn comes round, it's my favourite time of year for being out and about and visiting places like Frome. So I'm going to Frome as well, and I do need to pop into Antics, so all adds up. But yes, the Minehead shop, we will be going down there, and we will be giving you a thorough debrief on what it's like. So I'm looking forward to that, because I do love Minehead as well. So anyway, look, that's it for now. As always, we'll be back on Sunday to talk to you about new releases for this week, and it seems ICM are having a bit of a bumper week. So until then, as always, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you Sunday. So from this pop-up, bye for now.